Yeah, currently waiting to go for my second vaccine today, COVID vaccine. I'm right near the place where I'm going to. It's near a park right now, in a park. And I'm just hanging around the park really awkwardly, and I feel really like weird just hanging around. I feel like I look weird because I'm anxious. Yeah, I'm just waiting because I've got here a bit too early, so I'm having to go. After this, I've got to go to my second job after this, but because I couldn't fit it in a certain time. But I've got another 10 minutes, and I'm going to go in there in 10 minutes. So yeah. Where the buildings are, so all those buildings over there, that's where I've got to go. So it's like it's like a health centre, it's called. So I went there before for the last vaccine, so I'm going here today. Yeah. But in the stairways to the health centre now. I just hate this. So yes, I am now fully vaccinated. So it's later that same day that I just did earlier video, waiting to go to get my vaccine. I didn't even feel this time. The vaccine this time I didn't even feel it. So I saw the needle, but I was expecting like this kind of like pinch feeling, or like you can feel it just, but I didn't get that. So but yeah, it's done. So we'll see the hole. We'll see the hole. I don't know. You can't really see it, but So yeah, that was waiting around outside for that to go in. Not to wait ages for it to be. You have to wait in a waiting room, and yeah, my anxiety in there this time wasn't as bad as the first time. Actually, I actually was a bit. No, I'll say my anxiety on the scale. My anxiety on a scale of 100 to to 0, 100 being highest, 0 being the lowest. I would say it was like half. My anxiety was not as bad today. I felt a bit awkward in the park, but also when I went in there, it wasn't as bad. I just felt uncomfortable waiting in the waiting room, and I felt awkward, and I was uncomfortable as usual, but it wasn't quite as severe as I thought. So, it actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't the worst. Nothing compared to that bloody meal out. That anxiety was bad with that, but but yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I'm glad I'm glad I'm vaccinated now. Obviously, it's gonna take a couple of weeks for it to kick in. So obviously, my card has both. The card I've got now, it says I've received both doses now. So obviously in a couple of weeks or whatever, how long it takes, I'll be fully protected. And all people that don't want to have the vaccine stuff, I understand you being cautious and worrying and stuff, but at the end of the day, either way, you're taking a risk. Either way, you're taking a risk not getting the vaccine. You're taking a risk of catching the virus and getting really bad with it, or even dying from it, And there's a risk of taking the vaccine, and it's hard to know what it does to you, and who knows, But that's very unlikely. And but if you don't take the vaccine and you get COVID, you're putting yourself at risk for the rest of your life. Because at the end of the day, this COVID-19 is never going away. It's just going to keep mutating with new variants, and So you got to remember that it's not this COVID-19 is not going away. It's going to be like the common cold, or the flu. It's just going to be around, and it's going to have different. And it's just going to keep mutating, different strains of it, all these different mutations. And we've got to learn to live with that. And I think that's why getting the vaccine is probably the wisest thing to do. I mean, at first I was watching the conspiracy theories, and I was watching that David Icke guy. I was kind of, in a way, I was kind of following that stuff, and I thinking, yeah, maybe, you know, that you know, at the end of the day, either way, you're taking a risk. Either way, you're taking a risk not getting it, and you're taking a risk getting the vaccine. You know, so you're taking a risk either way. So whatever you do, you're gonna take a risk whatever you do. So I just went with the vaccine because, you know, but I don't want to live my life in fear of, you know, of this COVID-19. You know, all the different, you know, variants that are going to be coming. You know, all these new variants that are going to keep coming up. You know, throughout the years and for the future and beyond. You know. So that's why I took the vaccine, because I know this ain't going away. There's all these different variants going to be continuously coming. Now there's all new variants all the time. There's always, like, I bet in the winter there's going to be a new. It's probably gonna mutate. It's just going to keep mutating, and, you know, and there'll be new variants that keep coming out. And so that's why I took. That's personally why I took the vaccine. So. Yeah, it's up to people if they don't want to take it, but I don't want to take that risk. So yeah, I'm vaccinated now, so it's great. And yeah, so yeah, so I just want to make this video.